Wingardium Leviosa. Yeah. That works. Hello chaps and chappettes. Today we're going to be looking at something called charge, and that's going to lead to the fun little magic trick which you just saw there. And well, we're going to look at a bunch of things today. First of all, we're going to know that there are positive and negative charges when it comes to electrical charge. We're going to understand that the interactions between these electrically charged fields produces forces that you would, electrostatic forces that you would encounter. We're also going to be able to understand how objects become charged, and that's going to be fairly straightforward. In fact, I'll show you a machine which does that. Now, the challenge today is to discuss some of the problems with static electricity. So we're going to go through that in more detail now. So first of all, you need to understand that there are positive and negative charges, and these are largely arbitrary. Charge is it's a fundamental feature of certain objects. In this case, we're looking at electrons and protons primarily. And electrons have negative charges, and protons have positive charges, and the reason protons are positive and electrons are negative is because they are positive and negative. It's entirely arbitrary. Physicists just made it up. There probably is a good reason for it, but there we go. It's just the way around we have it. And the idea is that positive things will be repelled from positive things, and they will attract towards negative things, and negative things will be repelled away from negative things and attracted towards negative things. And rather than explain that to you, I'm just going to show you instead. And of course, remember to hit that like button for me. Right, now this piece of equipment is called a Van de Graaff generator. And what it does is it generates static electricity, really. So it's fairly straightforward. What you have, is you have a rubber band, and this is connected to the ground, and it's also rubbing against this sort of bladed bit here. So it rubs against that thing. And as it rubs against that thing, electrons drop off from this and go onto that bit there. This whole bit is protected from the ground. It's insulated from the ground by this plastic pole. So electrons that get stuck up there stay up there. And what we do is we just change the shape of that with this dome here. So the electrons jump up onto here and they have a negative charge. So the whole thing becomes negatively charged. And well, there you go. So let's just see this in operation, and hopefully it's going to work. That's got some good crackle straight away. All right, hang on. Gosh, it's squeaking. Okay, let's try this. Good, all right, so. And that's pretty much how it happens. You just roll this thing and it keeps rolling. Right, now we've got this dome thing here, and this is our grounding dome. And what this is just connected to the ground. So we have the electrons building up here, and they're increasing the charge on this dome. And we want them, with the electrons there, want to go to the ground. And this gives them an easy access to the ground. They have to jump across some air though first before that happens, so this kind of thing happens. Ooh, lovely. Ooh, lovely. There we go. So that gives us a nice little bit of a crackle. Now watch this. There. And that's just going to remove all the electrons from there. So this is how we charge up an object. We put some electrons onto the surface, and if it's insulated, it will stay there, and the object will become charged up. And this has become negatively charged. So there we go. Now this means we have some interesting things that can happen. Standard issue pythons. Okay. So, oof, nice crack. So nice and straightforward. That is basically the pythons becoming charged up. So the electrons jump from this onto this, then both objects become charged. And what happens is they both have a negative charge. Negative charges, well, like charges, will repel, so this thing flies off the surface, gets repelled away. And you can have some good fun with this, actually. So I'm just going to go grab my, my friend's hair, and I'll be right back. So now our Van de Graaff generator has a lovely, beautiful set of hair. We're going to pass some current through the current. We're going to turn this on, start to build up a static charge, and we'll see what happens. See if we can get a better effect this way. Oh, wow, okay. Well, let's see if we can zoom that in without destroying the phone. You know what, that's a little bit rubbish. So, let's try this instead. This is quite fun. Whoop. I promise you I'm not moving this ball at all. So what's happening here is the ball is getting charged up by the Van de Graaff generator, carrying the charge over to the grounding dome and discharging itself. Whoa, cracky. At which point it discharges, gets attracted back towards Van de Graaff generator because it's neutrally charged, picks up some electrons, becomes negatively charged again, flies away, and the process repeats. Ooh, it's quite exciting. Alright, let's turn it off. Oh, I've got to see this one. I can hear it crackling. Lovely. Okay. So, there we go. So, okay, the couple of things we need to summarize from this one. First of all, we need to understand the rules of electrostatics, or static electricity. That's to say, opposites will attract, and like-charged ones will repel. So, there we go. You also had this interesting idea of neutrally charged objects being attracted towards charged objects, and vice versa, which leads to some interesting things, where if I take this thing here, and I sort of charge it up, and get it to go towards the ceiling, it's just going to stay there, it won't come down. It'll get stuck on the ceiling. So that's that thing there. Now that's really all you need to know, along with the definition of electrical charge, and I hope that was really helpful. So, the things that you should know. First of all, know that there are positive and negative charges out there. Understand that the interactions between these charges leads to the fields effects that you see around you, and also that now you know how an object is charged up via friction. So in the comment section below, I'm looking forward to seeing your challenge answers, as in how can we, or what are the problems of static electricity? So let me know in the comment section below. It can be something as simple as bad hair, which I know quite a bit about, or it could be something a bit more serious, such as fueling something, or it could be actually a useful bit of static electricity. I'm sure there are. So, I will catch you in the next video, guys, and I'll see you later.